Hi everyone. So today we're going to learn about recursion. Now, recursion is a simple but a little confusing topic for beginners. But don't worry, we'll try to approach this with a toy problem that gets you familiar with the basic idea of recursion that is behind any recursion that you see anywhere. So the toy problem is like this. Let's say it's your birthday and your friends give you a gift, okay? But in this gift box, there might be the actual gift. Let's say that's a diamond for now. Or there might be, just for fun, another smaller box which you have to then open again to uh, reach kind of your gift. Okay? So, how now this box is what your friends give you, right? So you might have to keep opening a box, and then you'll find another box in it, and then you'll have to open that box. There might be another box in it again, and you'll have to keep doing this until you, well, reach the diamond or your gift. So what you think of doing is, instead of doing this manual labor yourself, uh, you want to kind of create a robot that does this for you, right? Maybe your friends try the same tactic on your next birthday, so you don't want to be uh, concerned with opening uh, packages again and again and again. You just want the gift directly, and you want a robot that does it for you. Luckily, your uncle has made a robot uh, which can do a few things. So the first thing that the robot can do is it can open a box, right? Open one package, one layer of a package. So what happens is, basically, this open box command, if given to the robot, it'll find this B1 named box from all the boxes that it knows about, and it'll retrieve the item in that box. Now this item could be another box, or it could be the actual gift, the diamond, right? So to like to write code inside the robot that'll make the robot do this is just going to be simply item 1 is equal to open box b1, which will so open box b1 will retrieve the item which is in the box called b1, and it'll just store that item in this variable called item 1, right? Another few functions that this robot can do is it can check if an item is a box using this isBoxItem function, or if that item is a diamond using this isDiamondItem item function. A important point to note here is that an item may only be a box or a diamond. It can't be anything else, because that's how your friends have kind of made this, that either you open the gift and you find another gift parcel inside, or what you find is the actual gift, which is the diamond, right? So your robot also has this functionality which you can call using these functions, isBox and isDiamond. So now what you want to do, being a programmer, is build a function called getGift, which takes as input any box and directly finds the gift from it, right? Opening all the boxes again and again, that all the layers again and again, it finally gets the gift and gives it to you, right? That's what you want to build, this getGift function. Okay. And you can use any of the functions that we've described before, which were already programmed into the robot by your uncle. Okay. So how would you do this, right? What you want is that if some code is written, let's say get gift b1, and that's given to the robot will find this box b1, and it will keep opening it again and again and again until it reaches the gift, the diamond, and then it just returns this diamond to you, or lets you know that it found the diamond, right? So how would you go about doing this, right? How would you build such a function and program that into the robot? Well, let's think about it. So, what you're initially given is a box, right? A package by your friends, right? So, the first thing you'll do, or you'll ask the robot to do, is open this box, right? So, that we can do using this open box b1 function call, right? Now, on opening this function, there might be two things that happen. The first thing that can happen is that you find the gift itself, right? There was only one layer of packaging and you find the gift itself. So then we're just done, right? But it's also possible that you find an other box, another layer of packaging. Let's call this box B2, okay? What do you do in this case, right? What should you now do in this case? Well, think about it. What is it that you actually want to do now? What you want to do now is you want to finally get the gift from this B2 box, right? So, like, you don't care about how many layers of packaging are inside this box B2. What you eventually want is to get the gift from this B2 box, right? So, you can, like, just say that you call this function getGift_b2 on it, and automatically it'll return the gift that's inside the B2 box, right? Assume that in a manner that this getGift function already worked, so you could just call that getGift function on this B2 box and automatically get the gift, right? So how would you, so yeah, that's it. Then we'd be done again, right? Now this whole process, this whole algorithm that's described by this flowchart is actually what the getGift b1 function should do, right? It should first open the box b1, and if it finds a diamond, then we're done, right? But if it finds another box b2, what it should do is it should call this getGift on b2 again to eventually get a gift from b2, right? This, what we're doing right now, might seem very, very counterintuitive or very, very weird to you, that we are using a function call inside the body of the same function, right? The definition of this getGift function is using the function getGift itself, right? Which is really, really a weird thing, right? And it's a very, very big no-no in English definitions, but it's a really, really great algorithmic tool in computer science. And this algorithmic tool is known as recursion. Basically, a function calling itself in the body is what recursion is. Actually, to be more precise, it's a function calling itself, usually with a smaller input. This smaller input refers to the size of the input, right? For example, in the problem that we had, this box B2 is going to be a smaller box in size than B1, and eventually, if you keep opening these boxes, you'll reach your gift, right? So recursion is just a function calling itself, usually with a smaller input, right? This smaller input is what many a times computer scientists or software engineers refer to as a subproblem. Okay, so what you want to solve initially is your actual problem, and if you want to solve it using recursion, you make a function that calls itself using a subproblem, and that function call that you have inside the function solves that subproblem, and you can use the answer you get from that subproblem to solve your original problem. For example, yeah, this might seem a little bit too much to digest, but in our analogy, the problem that we had was to retrieve the gift or get the gift from this B1 box, right? That was our original problem. And we broke this problem down to a smaller problem, which was to get the gift from this B2 box, right? So, this problem of getting the gift from the B2 box is what we call our sub problem. Now, assume that somehow we get the gift out from the B2 box. We can now like use this gift that we got from the B2 box and just say that this was the gift that was actually present in the B1 box, right? So solving the sub problem here of getting the gift from the B2 box allows us automatically to solve the bigger problem, right? So this is what recursion is. Recursion is a function call, like here, getGift b2, being called inside the same function, which is getGift, right? Usually with a smaller input, the smaller input here being b2, right? So that's all that we have about recursion. Now, what we'll try to do to really drive this point home is we'll try to actually practically code this situation that we've given. So let's move on to doing that. Right. So let's try to actually code up this function for our robot, right? Now, I'm just on an online compiler, and what I have here is a model of the problem that we just discussed, right? Uh, some kind of a system that simulates the problem we have. Uh, this code you can also find in a paste bin link in the description. But most of this code is just code that models the problem, right? So you can just ignore it because that's uh, an assumption that we take in our problem statement, right? We know that this function called open box is already works. A function called is diamond is box already works. So just go ahead and close all these functions in and this class in your editor, and all we need to do is code this get gift box, right? Which given any box finally retrieves the diamond or the gift from it, right? Opening as many layers of uh, gift boxes as necessary. So the algorithm that we discussed for that was a pretty simple recursive algorithm, right? But it was recursive, right? So we should try to understand this basic recursive algorithm to get a general idea of how recursion works, right? So the first thing that we discussed was, let's say that uh, the first thing that we discussed was that we need to open this box, right, and get the item which was inside it. So to do that, all we need to do is uh, take a variable, let's say inside item, and store whatever we get by opening the box in it, right? So we use this function open box on the box that is given to us, and the item that we get from it is stored in this variable called inside item, right? Then we wanted to check if it's a diamond or not, right? So what we do is if is diamond, which is another function already present in the robot, and here we give as input our the item that we got from inside the box. Then so if the item inside the box was a diamond, then we're done, right? We're done here itself, and all we need to say is something like let's just make the robot say uh, gift found, right? So this uh, is an if condition, right? Which means if some condition is true, in this case, if the item inside the box was a diamond, then we just print gift found, and we don't make any calls to this get gift function again, right? This situation uh, or this case is known as a base case in recursive algorithms. A base case is any case in which we don't make any calls to the same function itself. Okay. Otherwise what we know is that the item inside, the inside item is not a diamond, so it has to be a box, right? And if it's a box, what we wanted to do was get the gift from this new box, right? So all we need to do is get gift from the box that we found inside the original box, right? Which is inside item. So we just write get gift inside item, and that's it. Because in this case we are calling this function get gift again, right? It's known, this case is a recursive case, and this call that we're making to the same function again inside the body of that function itself is known as a recursive call. Okay, so inside the definition of the getGift function itself, in this case, in the else case, we're calling the getGift function again, right? So this call is a recursive call. And because we are doing this, because we're making a recursive call in this case is not a base case. Okay, so a couple of technical things that we learned about a recursive call and a base case. Okay, all your recursion algorithms should have these two main things: one or more than one recursive calls and base case or base cases. Okay, so that's it, right? This piece of code that we've written um, kind of defines the or implements the recursive algorithm that we had discussed previously. So what should happen now is, if we run this, it should just run well and finally find the gift in the item, right? So here I'm basically saying that an original gift that was given to us is some kind of an item. Don't pay too much attention to what this is or what a class is right now if you're a beginner. Uh, but yeah, just know that the original gift given to you by your friends was this original gift. And if we call this getGift function on it, let's see what happens when we run the code. So this is what happens basically. Your robot finds another box a lot of times and it says you got another box, you got another box, you got another box. Finally it finds a diamond, so it says you got a diamond. And when this happens, when it finds a diamond, our piece of code also says gift found. Okay, so that's basically the principle and behind recursion, and this is kind of the solution to our toy problem that we described. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. We'll continue with recursion in the upcoming videos. So yeah, keep practicing and have fun.